I have prepared remarks, and I've only got a couple of minutes, but I have to tell you a little story that just happened. Mary Lynn and I were standing outside, and Mary Lynn was a good 2 feet from the eaves when a big snowball hit her in the head. I think we know who's responsible, don't we? Mary Lynn did. "Dadgummit, Judy," she said. Well, let me just say, Judy Bonds changed my life. Judy Bonds made me a better person. I had, after many years, decided to come back to the occupation that was my first love, radio. And I had come back at the 5th smallest radio market in America, Beckley, West Virginia. And Bo and Judy got in touch with me and began leading me on a learning process that persists to this day, and I hope will be a part of my life for all of my life. And for that, I owe her my undying gratitude. We are, as some of you may have noted to yourselves, fittingly gathered to remember Judy Bonds on the birthday of an American hero. The most compelling story in the human experience is the story of the hero. From time immemorial in humanity, the hero has risen from obscurity to protect the weakest among us. The well-off, the content, the powerful need no hero. It is among the weak, the weary, and the wounded that the hero brings protection and relief. The hero inspires others to action of which they never imagined themselves capable. Judy Bonds fits this definition of hero and then some. Sadly, quite often, the hero doesn't get to see the full glory of her work. But the hero often gets a vision. I always understood that Judy had come from a tradition similar to that in which many of us were raised, and so I thought of that hero who led an oppressed people out of a hateful bondage, and how that story came to its close. In Deuteronomy it says, "And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo to the top of Pisgah. And the Lord shewed him all the land of Gilead. And the Lord said unto Moses, This is the land, and I have caused thee to see it with thine eyes, but thou shalt not go over thither. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab." But the fact of the matter is, Moses, there on Nebo, got a better view of that land of milk and honey than anybody else who crossed on over. The same is true of Judy Bonds. She will not be with us on the day that all the bombing stops. She will not be with us physically on the day when the poison stops pouring like a mighty sewer into our streams and the bodies of our children. She will not be with us physically when our families can once again live in the peace and solitude of a quiet Appalachian spring evening with the peepers singing their lullabies. But she will be with us. For she has gone to the mountain ahead of us. More than anyone else, Judy saw that future, rose to it like the hero she was, and knew unwaveringly that we will be free. Free of the assaults, the threats, the insults. Free of the blasting and the poisons. Free of the sickness that stalks our mountain homes clad in the mantle of grim death. It will stop. She knew that we will stop it. She knew that we will cross over into an Appalachia and by extension an America that no longer sacrifices its weakest, its weariest, its wounded on Big Coal's altar of holy profit. She knew it because her faith was in us. I, for one, am certain that hers was a faith that was not misplaced. Let us redouble our dedication here today to see Judy's faith well placed. Let us, as Judy said, fight harder